Inconsistent.
Did you hear that? First of all, I'm not even in the fucking camera. Did you hear that they found cocaine in the White House?
Everybody's heard about this story.
Yeah.
You want to know what else they said recently? Today, I think it was. They were like, I guess we can't figure out who it belongs to.
It was in the fucking situation room.
Shut up. Seriously? I thought it was in a bathroom or something.
It was in the situation room in the cupboard.
Wow. Are you telling me? Think about what they're saying. They're saying we don't know who went in and out of that room.
Let's start there.
Yeah, because I mean, if you know who went in and out, you can kind of have your suspects. Like, okay, it definitely wasn't this guy or this guy. It was probably one of these two. Like, you could kind of figure it out. Somebody had a bag of coke that I'm assuming they did, and there was no fingerprints on it.
Clean.
It's perfectly clean,
like sugar,
bro. And you're also telling me there's no cameras.
First of all, in my
Listening
job,
device.
I got a scanning card. They know who goes in that building, in and out, all day.
So they're trying to tell the people of America. This is what they're trying to convince everybody else. Yeah, it's one of those things we just don't know. We don't keep track of it like that. Son.
We ask if it belongs to anybody.
We asked everybody. They all said no. So what are you gonna do?
We all know it was Biden's.
Yeah, his son's. His son was there that day.
Oh, it was Hunter.
His son was there. No, Hunter died.
Oh, right. Fuck. That's right.
Yeah. Rest in peace to the God. The good son.
The good son.
You think Biden thinks that? He's like, why couldn't it have been you?
So you think it was the other son?
It was 100%. It's nowhere. It has to be. First of all, let me say that.
What's the other son's name? How we not know the bad son when we know the dead son?
We know his name. We just forgot it right now.
Okay.
Hunter. Is it Hunter Biden?
I think it is Hunter Biden.
It is Hunter because Bo Biden is the one that died. You're right. It's Hunter. Sorry. Let me also say this. This is not the first time there was cocaine in the White House. Let's say proof positive. There's no way.
When they discovered it, they were like, bring that shit here.
Yeah. Is that the one I like? That's not the one I like. I like the different kind. There was definitely not the first time. Do I think Biden does cocaine? I don't even think Biden can drink.
I think he does. I think that's how he's conscious right now.
I think if he drank milk, he'd die from lactose intolerance. You know what I'm saying?
You're lactose intolerant, bitch. That doesn't mean everybody else is.
I just think that there's no way it was his. I'd bet on Kamala Harris before Biden. You know what I'm saying?
Kamala Harris does give me
that's why she's
vibes.
always laughing.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
She gives me those vibes.
But it was his son. 100% it was his son.
I mean,
we all know it was his
so here's the thing, right? The regular workers, do they get scanned?
Probably.
Right? They get scanned, they get searched. Let me see your butthole. Let me see the space between your butthole and your...
Imagine it was the guy that does the investigation. It was his. And he was like, yeah, we can't figure it out. Sorry.
That's the best. That nigga got away with it.
Yeah.
And all he has to do is act upset. Take a few lines in the bathroom.
Oh, no. Who put that coke here? I'll take it. I'll investigate it. Just wiping it down. Oh, my God.
No fingerprints. Yeah. We found no fingerprints.
Not even the guy that found it? No, not even his fingerprints. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's?
And it was just in the gabineta. Ahí, bien lindo.
Bro.
So nobody goes into the cabinets?
And then they're saying, but if you look at this, what's been happening these past few years, maybe 4 years, 5 years, less than 4 years, right? Let's say since Biden's president. It's been kind of a new era of
bullshit.
Not bullshit. What's the word I'm looking for?
Definite bullshit. Not cool bullshit.
What's the like there's like a level of like respect you have to have for things. What is that word called?
A level of respect that you have to have for things.
You know what? Like, let's imagine you go into like a cemetery. Somebody sits on a grave head. And you're like, come on, don't do that. Just have some respect.
What is that called?
Yeah, there's like a word for it. Not modesty. I don't know what it's called.
Ethics?
No.
Morale.
Maybe morale, but it kind of feels like there's so much stuff that's been happening in the past few years. It's kind of like, did we lose that?
Like society norms.
Like vergüenza.
Vergüenza.
Like, you don't bring cocaine into the White House. Come on. Or you don't. You seen the thing with the guy that's a woman that went topless in front of the White House?
Oh my god.
Like, there's a level of respect you have to have, and you don't do that. It's never happened before. Nobody would dare. That's the White House. Come on, man. The rest of the world sees this.
Show some respect.
Show some respect, you know. And it feels like the last few years. Like, remember we were talking about that singer Lizzo, that she was playing the flute.
Yes.
And she was like shaking her ass and stuff. And I was like, have some vergüenza, please.
Have some shame.
Something, bro. Like,
some
there has to be some
of,
kind of. Come on, man. You know.
They were upset at her because she was playing Jefferson's flute.
I think that if she would have just played it, everybody would have been like, "Wow, she's pretty good at that." Like, that would have been the most conversation. Oh, she's pretty good
because she shaked it.
Because people do it with all other instruments. They get randoms to come in and play, and they're like, "Oh, that's pretty good." Piano, you know what I'm saying? It's just what she did. She was shaking her ass. She was like, and everybody was like, "The fuck? Come on, man." Have some respect. And it's not. It's more like you're kind of making a front for the rest of the world. Like, we know we act like this on the low, but for everybody else, we gotta act like that. Like, we don't want the rest of the world. We don't want China to watch us like this freaking weak ass.
Mira todos animales.
Yeah, that's freaking weak. They can't even control their own people in the White House. You know,
the image that we portray to the outsiders.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. It like makes us look goofy as a joke. You know what I'm saying? Like, America's become a joke.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's because of things like that.
It's because of Joe Biden, too.
It's definitely because of you saw the thing where they were having a meeting in the UN, I think it was, and Joe Biden fell asleep and they had to cancel the meeting. You didn't see that?
No.
He fell asleep in the meeting. Like, and they were like trying to wake him up, and he wouldn't wake up, so they had to cancel.
I ain't gonna lie, it's hard to stay up at this age.
I know, bro. At this age, bro.
Bro,
I don't want to say that there's an age.
I stand up in my job, and if they'll never know, nobody watches this shit.
I'm not saying that there should be an age limit to be president, because there shouldn't be. Because some people at 70 are on point. You know
so should there be an age requirement?
There is an age. I think you have to be 34.
46. No, I don't know. I just made that shit up. I got him. Yeah. I got him, motherfuckers.
It's funny because when you said, I was like, Obama was younger than that. But
all right, but we'll accept his answer.
And same thing, JFK was younger than that. I think it was like 32.
So there is an age requirement.
Hey Siri, what's the age requirement to become president of the United States?
Here's an answer from libraryofcongress.gov. As directed by the Constitution, a presidential candidate must be a natural-born citizen of the United States,
Obama,
a resident for 14 years, and 35 years of age or older.
35.
35 is a spot-on age to become president, I think.
You think so?
Yeah, that's like perfect number.
35, nigga.
25 is too young.
I was in Colombia.
35 feels like, okay, you've lived your youth. You've had a few years to think about things. And 35 is at the point where you're like, okay.
You should have a baby already.
Yeah, like you should be. I think 35 is a good age to. I think they knocked that out the park. 35 is like.
Who the fuck are they? The people.
George Washington. But I think that they should be some sort of cognitive test that they allow the two parties or whoever the party is, both of them, to examine the president's results.
What do you mean about a cognitive what?
Like a cognitive test.
For what?
For president of the United States.
To make sure they're not crazy?
Every president should go, yeah. That they, not only that they're not crazy, but that they can actually think and make decisions. Sort of like an IQ test, sort of.
Do you think that they should do that for driver's license? A 2,000-pound weapon of mass destruction.
Yeah. But they already...
Carnage!
But they already have that.
What is it?
That's the thing, though.
What is it? What is it?
You can get a test by a psychiatrist.
No. In order to get your driver's license?
But maybe they should make it so that way if you do have a bad psychiatrist, you have to stop you from driving. Maybe they'd like take that away. They do with people that catch seizures.
See, but now you're making everyone having to have a psychiatrist. I'm saying...
No. You don't have to. I'm not saying you have to do it to become a license. But if you've already had that in the past. Maybe they have to be like, look,
Oh, you're talking about snitches, Sakashis with the psychologist. That's great,
Yeah.
and I think we talked about that. What I'm saying is that you want your driver's license, answer this quick survey, and in the survey, you're like, this nigga's gonna run somebody over, son.
nah, I don't think they should. It's America. Let them run somebody over. Because they may think about it, but they. How many times you thought about hitting people with your car?
You didn't hear about the road rage that happened in the city?
Bro,
It was a fender bender.
how much road rage happens in the city every day?
It was a fender bender and literally a fender bender, and the guy stabbed the shit out of the other guy for a fender bender. It escalated to the point.
That's road rage, baby. That's what happens.
That's what I'm saying. So shouldn't there be an
But how do you predict that? You can't predict that. Right? You can't predict
You
that.
ask a series of questions. Question one.
I could lie every single answer.
Yeah, right. You're just trying to pass.
There's no prediction. You can't predict that.
Damn.
Either and then you can't make it so that way you have to make it even across the board. So either everybody can drive or nobody can drive.
Well, if robots take over, then we don't need driving.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Yeah,
We covered that in.
we're
another-
hoping that's what happens.
No, that's what's gonna happen.
Wait, hold on. Let me say this too.
Oh.
We talked about that, right? Remember, I thought about it as I was listening to it because I listened to it. There's a conspiracy
Oh, I like the way he said that.
theory.
Oh.
Remember of the guy from whatever world organization, and he says, "Ready? I'm gonna say the quote." And you're gonna be like, "Oh yeah." You're gonna say, "You're not gonna own anything, and you're gonna love it."
I feel like I heard that.
Right? Basically Netflix. Right?
Right.
You're not gonna own any of these movies.
Any of these shows,
But
you're not gonna have a shelf full of fucking DVDs and movies.
You're not gonna have it. None of it's yours.
Niggas used to save the TV guide, son.
Yeah. You know how many times I've thrown out bags of DVDs and cassettes and stuff, and I'm like, wow. They were saving it for so long, and they finally were like, I never watched any of those DVDs.
That's insane because you like hoarded that shit.
Yeah.
You showed that shit off.
Well, that's because there was no other way to get it. Either you had it or you don't watch it. Or somebody else, you'll borrow it with a Blockbuster. But now it's here. What do I want to watch? Anything. Give me any movie, random. I'll tell you right now how to watch it. Anything. Just look it up. How to watch this. Oh, you can get on PBS Plus.
You think that printers are done?
Like printed to paper?
Yeah.
No. We still got fax machines.
Yeah, we don't have fax machines in my job.
Yeah.
You know what it is?
You have the medical. They have these fax machines for medical.
We don't have fax machines.
No? You do medical without fax machines?
Yeah.
I'm going to call
The health
the
department?
health department. Yeah.
It's an app that attaches to your email.
Oh, well, see? We're getting rid of it. But look how long fax machines are around.
But it's still considered a fax.
Yeah. I wonder if it's like, we're going to send this to you, and there's going to be, once you print it out, it disappears off the ether.
No, nigga. This shit is in your inbox and your sent box. What are you talking
That's
about?
crazy, yeah.
But it's going through this server called the fax thing. So instead of Noel's, look, Noel's sexy at gmail.com, hit him up. Noel's sexy, gmail.com.
I actually have that.
Instead of that, it's 917-4854 at efax.com.
So what? I don't think.
So what the hell are we doing faxes for?
I don't think they're gonna get rid of printers though. It'll be a long time because people like to shuffle.
They're shuffling paper like a deck of cards. What kind of retarded shit is
I don't
that?
think they're gonna get rid of printers. We print stuff.
We're close.
We print billboards. There's always gonna be a reason for printers.
Okay, I can understand. Yeah, special, but regular ass. You have a printer in your house, don't you? I don't. And I think of you when I need to print something the 2 times out of the year. Well, me, because I love court a lot more times a year.
You know my printer, like 99% of my usages.
What?
I take my phone, I look up a picture of freaking Mickey Mouse or Bluey, and I put Bluey coloring page, and it comes black and white. I press print. I take it out, give it to my daughter. Here you go, color this.
Beautiful.
That's what it is.
We used to spend money on.
And now I just print it out. I just get so many coloring pages. Whatever you want. Whatever you want to color, I got you. And if it's in color, I print it black and white, print it out.
For your kid, they must look at the printer like, I gotta figure out how to fuck with this shit.
Yeah.
Like this is a god thing.
You know what I think is gonna happen? I think 3D printers are going to be more prevalent. And I think almost more and more households are going to buy it because you can just easily print stuff.
So what's other technology that we currently use now that you think is going to be fucking obsolete? Printers, God!
I think it's going to be a while, though.
It's holding on for dear life.
Yeah, it's going to be like, it's going to be around too long. That we're going to be like, why are we still using this? You know, it's going to be like that.
What else?
I don't know. It's hard to think about.
Yeah, because if you sat back, right? If you sat back in 1998 and told me that CDs were gonna be, no one's gonna have CDs, I would have been like,
I got mad CDs.
Are you kidding me?
They're everywhere.
I hoard them. Like I'm protective of them. Oh my god, it has a scratch.
I think last year I had a book of old CDs when I was younger that I made. A lot of them I made myself. And I was like, I don't want to throw it. And then every single one, I'm like, I can listen to every single one of these on my phone. I don't really need this. And
Fax machines are gone.
Yeah.
Printers will be gone.
I think so, yeah. Soon. That's, it'll be a long time. Remember, we got to print top secret documents. There's so much stuff.
Court.
We need records.
Right.
What else?
I don't know. What else do we currently have? Like, you think about the common things that we use. I mean, they got rid of fucking plastic bags out here.
But that didn't become irrelevant. That was
true. It didn't be right. It became law
because we can use. I use plastic bags. I got a plastic bag in my car right now. I use it.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I got them in my
illegally.
Desk. Illegally. But what? That's so true. It does rub off like an illegal event now. Oh my gosh! And then they look at you weird, like you don't have a
what was
fabric
was I
bag?
In Jersey or Virginia? Where I was like, can I get a plastic bag so I can put this stuff in? Because in my head, I just wanted the bag so I could use it as a garbage bag in the car. That's all I wanted it for. So I was like, can I get a plastic bag? She's like, no, we don't use plastic bags in this state. And I was like, what?
The whole state?
The entire state? What do you use? You just hold everything in your hands? What do you use?
I literally saw someone doing that from the supermarket locally.
I hate that crap. And Home Depot, I was like, I gotta carry everything because they don't want to give you plastic bags.
Okay, so what else goes that we currently use that's like, I feel like I had like two things that I'm like, this is so fucking stupid. Well, okay, I mean, we could go off on the paper trail, right? Stapler.
Yeah.
Like the little rubber things that you would use to count the papers.
The finger thing?
I got a whole box of that shit. I'm bringing that shit home, son.
So dumb. I don't know.
Thumbtacks.
I don't know. You're putting me on the spot. So I should have thought about this before.
No, I mean, it's crazy because, again, I feel like most of the things in office is going to be totally the hole puncher. I'm like, I started literally collecting these, and to me, they're like relics. A hole puncher. I got a fucking stapler, bro. I got the little thing that takes out the staples.
Yeah, that was something I didn't want to talk about.
And I'm just thinking to myself, these are all things that really don't have a place in the future. There's no point in it. I can't remember what some of those things fucking were. What did you want to talk about?
I don't remember.
Oh, we're getting old. How do you feel now that you're 40?
I feel better now than I did a few years ago.
That's because you're working out, bitch.
Yeah, I guess.
What makes it better?
I feel better.
With the working out part or just like being 40, nigga? I'm asking the 40 part. Without the health.
It feels like nothing.
Feels like shit.
Feels the same way I felt 3 years ago. It's just a number.
I think that's why niggas forget their age.
It feels good to be like, I'm 40.
What?
Yeah. It was like, you're 40? I'm like, you don't look 40. Like,
yeah, that feels good.
Yeah.
That definitely. I get that, especially when I get my hair cut short. But
yeah.
I also.
It's 40.
It's 40.
I think when I turn 50, I think I'm like, oh man, I'm pushing it.
So I also think that, like, all right, here's something that happened to me recently. My brother gets a call, and he texts me. He's like, "Yo, the funeral home where we buried mommy, Bobby, my two siblings, the funeral home is calling because there's someone calling the funeral home trying to get in contact with us. Yeah.
That's weird. So what happened?
So my brother's like, yo, do you he texts me because we don't talk. Like, literally, we don't talk. Like, we're doing our own life thing. He texts me, he's like, yo, bro, you good? I hope you good. Great. Yo, you know this number? Because the funeral home is calling me, left me a voicemail talking about, and he forwarded me the voicemail. And he was like, hey, Mr. Lopez, listen, there's, when you get a chance, give me a call or call this person. Her name is Carmen. And she's been trying to reach you guys. You know, I can't give out your phone number or whatnot, so I'm relaying the message. So my brother's like, Carmen, Dad's wife? He's like, yo, you recognize the number? Is this her number? I was like, nah, I really don't talk to her that much lately. But I know for a fact that's not her number. So then I'm like, why the fuck don't you just call the number? He's like, maybe it's spam. I'm like, you got that much money you worried about?
The spam is calling the funeral home to find you?
You know what I mean? Like, exactly. Like, that's good. Like, you got that much money, nigga? Let me get $2, son.
If they got money out of you, they deserve it. They went really far.
They earned it. Exactly. So I was like, and then his stupid way of thinking infected my way of thinking. I'm like, well, I'm not going to call him. I only have $2. So I'm not calling shit. So then I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna call the number. Stop being a pussy. This is me talking to myself.
Yeah, you're psyching yourself up.
Yeah, I'm psyching myself. Like, why the fuck am I scared of fucking 10 numbers? Click, 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 click. Hello? And it's a lady. And she's like, hi. I'm like, yeah, I got this number from the funeral home. Your name is Carmen. And she was like, yes, who is this? The reason why I was calling is because I
want to ask you about your car's extended warranty.
If that was it, I would have like, fuck it, all right. I don't even have a car, but let's talk about it. Shit, you went hard. It turns out to be my oldest half sister.
What?
Yeah, my dad had 3 kids before he had gotten with my mom.
What? I didn't even know this.
Yes.
Did you know this?
I knew that they were older. I don't know how many. I knew that he had kids. I knew of it. So
they weren't in the funeral?
No, they weren't. And the reason why she was calling was because in my opinion, as you get older, and I've seen this happen already with like my sister. It happened with my sister, where people, they know that they're nearing death, and they're looking for closure. They're looking to make amends of things, of relationships, and situations in their lives because they know they're getting old, they're dying, or they're gonna die.
Yeah.
So that was my perception of her call, and she was like, "This was supposed to happen a few months ago because I've been calling the funeral home. It was supposed to happen a few months ago, and I was waiting for a call." I'm just so glad that
she's speaking in English.
She's speaking in English. She's Spanish. She's speaking in Spanish, but she speaks perfect English too. Okay. So when she saw that I was like, let's go English, we went English.
I love that dance.
It's like,
do you want to talk my language?
It's our language, okay. So I'm like, and I could, she's telling me about why she started reaching out. And you could sense the anger she had towards my father. And she was like, the reason why I reached out in the beginning was because I had a dream with my mom. Your mom was there. And she was standing behind Dad. And they were all 3 there. And I was mad at Dad because to me, he was just a sperm donor. But I wanted to tell him that I was sorry and that, you still gave me life and I'm grateful for the life that I lived. Like, this is her, like, doing that self-reflecting thing in the dream. So she was like, when I had that dream, I knew that he had passed. So I went online, and I have forgotten that the funeral has the obituary online now, where you could Google and then you could see, like, the album we created, the pictures and the memories of Papi, and Sandra's there and blah, 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 blah. And she was like, that's when I went online and I saw I saw that he had passed. I didn't know. I was like, damn, nobody called you.
She didn't know?
She didn't know until 3 months ago.
Wait, how did she find out in the first place?
The dream. With her mom, my mom,
She was
and
like,
Papi.
I think he died. Let me check the funeral home.
I think he's dead because her mother passed, my mom passed, and he's with them too in heaven or in her dream.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then she's like, I knew that he was gone, so I looked for him, and that's when I saw the obituary, and that's when I started reaching out to the funeral home.
What made her go to that specific?
She just did a Google search for his name, and she typed in obituaries, and
Popped up.
the funeral home came up.
Snap. Oh my god, that's him.
And she saw the pictures of him, the pictures of us.
That's crazy.
And she was like, I just wanted to reach out and just share photos and memories. And, you know, I had all this this mindset of he's just a sperm donor. He left us. He didn't go to be with us. He went to be with his new wife and build a new family and be with those kids.
What? How old were they when he left?
Bro, I was like, so how old are you, if you don't mind me asking? Well, she actually mentioned it. She's 72.
Wait, how old was his dad?
When he passed, he was 83.
And
He was like 16, 14,
yeah, that's what I'm
15
saying. He
years
was
old.
freaking young.
Young. And his first wife was way older. Like 10, 15 years older.
And he
And
had 3 kids.
He had three kids.
That's crazy.
One he could never find. That's how I knew about the other ones. So I'm telling her there's another kid. Because she kept saying I'm the oldest of all of them. And I was like, I hate to bust your bubble, but Papi had me look for a guy with the name Z, and Papi was saying that was his first kid. And he, in the later years of his life, he was like, Jose, can you go and look on Facebook, on the computer, tú jodías con esas cosas. And look, she gave me a picture, and I remember, okay, I got the guy's name, and I tried finding him. And she was like, I never knew that. I can't believe that. And I'm like, I don't. She was like, do you have the person's name? I could look for them. I was like, I tried, but I don't. I'm sure that maybe one of my siblings has, the photo and the memories of the stuff. Anyway, so she was saying how she lives upstate, and she just lost her younger brother. So I just lost another half brother I never met, whatever. And that we're gonna hook up and take her to the burial site.
Is she here?
She's upstate.
She's not here.
What do you mean?
She's not behind the curtain. She's not.
Oh, back. Carmen, come out now. Hey.
Tell me about your life.
I just, it was.
So as far as she knows, it's her younger brother, and then you guys. She didn't know about the oldest.
She didn't know about the oldest.
Nobody knows about the oldest.
I mean, me and my oldest brother, my immediate family knew about it because Papi came to us, was like, and my brother Junior was like, nah, you look for him because you're way better with that social media crap and whatever. I was like, I'll try to do a search, and I tried. I was like, misspelling it, spelling it backwards, first name first.
What's his
last
name?
Something with a Z, I don't remember. But my youngest brother, her brother who passed away, his name was Boogaloo, like the song.
What the heck?
Yeah, like, wow. And you know what it felt like? It felt like I was watching one of those stories of a rare reunion and shit.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
That's so crazy.
So crazy that, you know what I mean, that I'm reaching this age, and again, I think that's the realization that as we get older, we're like,
have you ever did the DNA testing thing?
No.
Maybe you should try. You never know.
Hold up, you just reminded me of some other shit. Fast forward 2 days later, this is like yesterday, literally, or the day before. My cousin from Florida says, "Oh, my sister did the ancestry, the DNA thing," and she was like, "Did your dad have another daughter?" Because in her ancestry, a Rosa Lopez came out. I was like, I don't know what Papi's doing at this time. Papi left a lot of seeds apparently because it's coming out. It's coming out. Like, I think as we get older, we're in search of like our past. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's funny when I took the ancestry, and I knew it was gonna connect me with people, but my first thought wasn't the connection. My first thought was trying to see what my DNA was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that, to me, that was like secondary, or whatever. Because I in my head I didn't think, I'm like, nobody else does this crap. This is just for us,
Yeah.
My sister. I didn't think mad people do it. And then when I started connecting with people, I was like, oh my God, this is freaking crazy. And still, I get like, every once in a while, I get like a thing like, hey, you match with somebody. Somebody new took it and they match with you. I'm like, oh, it's like a third cousin or something like that. I'm like, I'm not going to talk to people. Third or fourth cousin. We don't even know each other.
Didn't you say you had a sister or half sister or something?
No, I had a cousin.
She was hot.
But there was a few of them. But there was one. There was actually two. One of them is in California, which I never met.
That's a hot one.
No. Well, she moved to California, this hot one.
Oh.
She was around here somewhere. She moved away. But
I friended her, by the way.
the one that was in California, that me and her started talking for a while. Every once in a while, we would call and talk to each other.
So weird.
It's such a random stranger.
Yes.
And she was like, yo, if you ever come to California, let me know. You guys can stay, meet everybody, da-da-da. And on one part of me feels like, oh, that's nice. And the other part of me feels like, they're still a stranger. I'm gonna go
literally.
Yeah, like, oh, we have DNA that matches, but nothing else. We have nothing in common. We have nothing to talk about. It feels weird, you know what I'm saying? But if it was like my sister, I'd be like, oh my God, we gotta connect.
Bro.
That's her?
That's her.
Yeah, that's her.
That's her.
That's her, yeah.
That's
your sister.
That's my sister, nigga. And then she sends me of her brother. That's my brother, nigga.
What? He's a Hunter Biden.
That's so much resemblance to my dad. From far away, you would think that's my dad with the guayabera on.
Yeah. And it's crazy because like I know my family upstate in Albany. I have relation with them. And I go hang out and talk to them. And even that feels like I have other things going on. I can't really spend time with you guys.
Right. So she wants to come through, and I could already hear him because when I called and I was like, she started telling me the dream. I was like, hold on. I called my brother three-way this nigga in. I was like, you gotta hear this shit. And my brother's like, I was like, yo, bro, I got this Carmen person on the phone, and you gotta hear this.
You know what's gonna?
I wish I recorded it. It was so good.
She's gonna come with an album of all her family, her cousins, her siblings, and on the last page is gonna be a renewal of a car warranty. She's gonna be like, if you want to renew a car warranty.
That's her when she was a kid and her brother.
Oh wow, it's crazy. My grandmother, all her
Look
photos.
at the cars.
Yeah, all the photos of like old people when we were. She would tell us, "Oh, this is this person. This is this person. This is Imelda y Carmen." And now I look at them like I don't know any of these motherfuckers. None of them. They ring no bell. So it's like they're related to me and they're like history, but like I know nothing about them. They're just a pig. They're just a face.
Think about how much.
Do I save it?
Right.
What do you do with it?
Think about how much. So back in the day, how much disconnection, or was there more connection because people didn't go so far out?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? There was no need for a family tree. Everyone's here.
Yeah, everyone's here.
No one left. They all, they went here. But as we started developing more and more means of transportation, niggas started spreading.
Yeah, and think about like my grandfather, just my grandfather. So like 1-2 generations removed. We have people that live in Florida, people that live in Jersey,
right,
New York.
Yeah.
One of them lives in Virginia now. Well, he's in jail in Virginia, technically. You know what I'm saying? And then my son is in Virginia.
He's still technically moved.
Yeah. My son is in Virginia. So like it's spread out. So like let's say 2 generations from now, I pass away and my son has kids and then he has kids. They're not going to know who the hell I am. Or my grandfather that came from this other country. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't know. They're so far removed that my uncle's kids and my son's kids can have kids and there'll be no problem. No DNA issues.
Right.
Because they're so far removed.
But you know the whole DNA family shit is bullshit, right?
What do you mean?
It's because of the blood type. You can't have the same blood. Before you have a kid, you should check what blood type you are before you.
Well, but if your DNA is too close, it messes up.
Blood type, yeah.
No, not blood type. DNA. It's the same exact DNA trying to merge. That's why it causes problems. But if you're too far out, because think about it, you're adding more DNA as time's going on with different people.
Mixing it in a little.
So when you come back together, they're so mixed up. It's almost chocolate. Like you're fine.
I heard that if it's the same blood type,
That's possible. Yeah.
you're screwed.
I don't know. That seems kind of crazy.
I know because I have 2 cousins that did it. I got a few cousins that got married.
Yeah, but lo primo se prima.
That's allowed.
Primo's too close. You gotta go to second. Is the
No,
closest.
I have at least 3 first cousins that are married, fucking mad kids, stop having kids.
Yeah, but that's risky. You're rolling the dice too much.
Right, so one of the couples that were gonna go in, they were concerned about the whole baby factor. And they were telling me that they had consulted a doctor and they were like, no, you're fine as long as your DNA. Yes, it's close, but you guys are okay to have a kid because you're not the same blood type. If it was the 2 factors,
That's too
DNA
much.
close, bloodline close, plus the same blood type,
Too much.
your kid is gonna be fucked up. I was like,
Did you ever see that? There's a guy. He does documentaries, and what he mostly does is he finds people in the street. He asks them about their life, mostly drug addicts, gang members, there's prostitutes. He brings them into the studio and he interviews them, asks them questions. It's a
I would
great.
love to do that.
It's a great channel, but I think one of the first ones he's ever did. He was actually just traveling and trying to find things. And he went to like West Virginia or something like that. And he met this family that's inbred. Like brother and sister had kids.
Oof.
And he met them. And it's the craziest video, bro. They look inbred. Like you're like, oh my God.
What the fuck does inbred look like? Clones?
Bro, you got to watch the video.
Or deformed?
And then they're in like West Virginia, in the middle of the boondocks. Nothing's there. And they've been living there poor for generation upon generation. Their house is a shack. It's disgusting. They have the dirtiest clothes. And also they're inbred, so they don't know how to really take care of themselves. But they know enough to survive. So their house is just a disgusting mess, and this is how they live their regular life. Some of them sit on their freaking porch all day for their entire life. Every day they wake up, they go on the porch, and they just sit there, collecting welfare checks and drinking coffee, whatever.
I feel like that's like 90% of my cousins in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Oh my God.
But it's the craziest thing to watch. One of them doesn't talk. He's like, that's all he says, the whole entire thing. And the guy's he could communicate. Like he understands. He just can't verbalize it. So he's like trying to show the guy, and the guy just follows him. And then it's funny because there's a point where the guy's showing him like the shacks, the other stuff they have in the property. And then he just stops and takes a piss right there in the front of the guy. He's like, whoa. And he's just like, okay, we're good. Just to show you, like, there's like a weird level of like, you kind of know, but you don't know as well. You know what I mean?
Gosh.
It's like there's just some pieces are missing.
We're really one fucking crazy ass thing, right? Humans?
And I think in the future, when we destroy the earth, global warming, nuclear war, and the little bit of survivors we have left that start meeting and making new technology, they got to come back in time to collect different DNA.
That was last episode.
That was last episode. It's just
You
it's a
can't
good
do-
idea. We should do it. We should write a story about it.
We should write
I want to
story.
watch it. I don't want to talk about it.
Why
I wanna
don't
watch
you start the draft and then send it to me?
You could put AI create the entire story.
Don't be a bago Puerto Rican like everywhere with the Puerto Rican.
AI create the whole story, and then they have another AI that if you put the script in, it makes a whole scene. Did you know that?
No.
It looks horrible. We're not there yet for the visuals. I sent one of them in the group chat.
I don't be when
It looks horrible.
when you and Mike go in.
No, but also in the threads. I put one of the first threads I wrote was about I forgot what it was with the I think it made a music video. I don't remember. But one of the first ones is just so weird. Let's see if I can find it. For threads is new, so it's easy to get to the beginning. Oh, was it a music video?
We should still try to write some shit. At least the plot.
Oh yeah, people eating ice cream on the beach.
Oh yeah.
That's all. You know, that's all AI.
Because it was because it was a hot day, so it was like, let me show you an image of niggas eating ice cream.
But this is the worst it's ever going to be. It's only going to get better from here. And it's very off-putting because it's weird.
Yeah,
But it's kind of
especially
pretty
because
good.
you threw the premise out there already.
Yeah, and it's kind of pretty good still. So basically what somebody did was they put a prompt. Hey, you want people eating ice cream on the beach? And the AI took it off. And they did this they gave you this. This scene, this 1 minute scene of just people eating ice cream and enjoying it.
That's what I'm saying. If we could write down the plot of the story and see where AI takes it, and then go from there, we have an
And just send that to freaking Marvel, Disney, whatever.
Marvel.
But like, yo, can you help us make a movie? This is their idea. Can you fund it? I'm like,
Fuck that
we love
shit.
that. We'll just pay you for the script. I'll take that.
No, we get the script copywritten. Boom.
Yeah, but with that, that's when you shop it out. Do you guys want to make it? Do you guys want to make it?
Yeah.
And then eventually somebody would take it and be like, look, you want to give me whatever 100,000 for the script? Give me 50,000 and give me 1% of whatever you make out of it, and then you go whatever you want, and then you collect 1% forever, selling DVDs, streaming, and then you do that 5 or 6. That's these how these niggas make money, bro. I watched there's a couple actors that are like old school actors, like you know who, you ever seen the movie Hook with Robin Williams?
Peter Pan.
Peter Pan. Remember that kid Rufio? Rufio, the Asian
Yes.
guy. He's on TikTok or Instagram or something, where every once in a while he gets checks from all the stuff he wrote or that he acted in, and he'll open it right there and be like, okay, for this week or this month I made $50. This one I made $300. This one, and the way he says is like, what am I gonna eat for dinner today? What can I enjoy, lobster, or do I gotta go to McDonald's? And sometimes it's just like 5 cents for this and 25 cents for this.
That's insane.
Yeah,
And
forever.
that's part of the argument for the actors strike, is that this whole AI thing and how that's all set up.
Did you see what they're trying to do now with the extras, they call them? They want to take people they'll pay you. You go into the room, they scan your whole body, your voice, I know you say a couple words, and then they keep it. And then they pay you one time and they can use it forever.
And make you do whatever.
And make you do whatever, yeah. They can sell it to a porn industry and make you do whatever. Or they can just you're constantly a background guy. But Hector, your name is Hector in every movie. You just walk around in the background in every bar.
Or because you have a funny face, they make you into an actor.
Or they actually use you as an actor and you don't get paid nothing from it. But you're famous.
Have you seen the latest season of Black Mirror?
Yeah.
There's an episode with Salma Hayek.
Oh, that's such a good episode.
I don't even know. Did I finish it? Oh yes, I did finish it.
That's such a good episode.
That's what we're talking about.
She's not the original.
She's not even the original.
That's so good. You know what's funny? When I feel like there's people that I know in this world that I talk to, that if I was to show them the Black Mirror, I don't think they will comprehend what happened. You know what I'm saying?
Like they wouldn't get the plot.
They wouldn't get it. That I can understand what happened. I feel like there's people that I know that they think that
their
you know
brain
what I mean?
doesn't click.
Their brain doesn't just click.
They'll be like, so how many were there?
So I don't get what happened. How did she change? Why did she change?
But that's not her. That's the other person.
I
playing
feel like
her.
there's people like that.
Hell yeah.
So people, that's why they be like, oh, that show sucks. It makes no sense because they can't comprehend it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And that show, I mean, more than ever, but specifically this last season, Twilight vibes all day.
Twilight Zone, yeah. Twilight Zone is on NBC. Is it Peacock? Oh, it might be
CBS.
It might be on Paramount Plus.
Yes.
I watched a few of them. It's pretty good. Yeah.
In the 4th of July, they had the whole fucking marathon of the Twilight Zone.
It's funny. I want to go back to watch the old ones.
The Twilight Zone, the original, to see there's commonality.
Because it's less about the CGI or whatever, and more about just the story. And this is why Star Trek is so popular.
So I was watching the Twilight Zone, and I thought about the same thing. I was like, what's the similarity or what's the difference? Yeah. And it's like, no, the root of it is the storyline.
I don't remember too much because, mind you, I was just a kid. Because remember, every New Year's or something they watch. Remember?
Yeah, and not all of them were like, but
no. But I remember just watching one, and somehow the guy survived the apocalypse, and he loved reading books, and as soon as he came out, the first thing that happened was his glasses broke, and he was like, no! He couldn't read anything.
The irony.
Yeah. This is why
I would like to meet these motherfuckers and have a conversation with them.
I know.
We should definitely write some shit, bro.
I feel like we could.
I think we could. I think that if you started or I started, and just like boom, 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 and then elaborate from there.
And I feel like I've watched like background documentary style of like South Park. You ever seen that where they're just in a room talking and they're throwing ideas back and forth and they're drawing it on the thing and they're like,
No,
oh my God.
that's crazy.
It's so interesting. It's literally what we do here. The same exact thing, but they have the juice to get it made. We don't have the juice. We're just here talking crap.
Yeah.
But they got the juice. They're like, all right, we're going to do this. Da-da-da. Okay, let me get the animators in. Can you guys make a storyboard real quick so we can give it to these guys and these guys? You know, we don't got the whole script. Now we got to make a script. Now that we did all this other part, okay, we need script writers here. Come on, can you guys fill in the... You know, my idea is only 5 minutes long. Can you guys make it half an hour long? Just
right.
Fill it up.
Add some shit in there.
Yeah.
Go into the coffee, right into
Exactly.
Starlene.
Make it long. Starlene. Yeah. That name I never heard in my life.
Because I'm living a midlife crisis, I'm thinking about Starlene, all right? I wonder if that bitch is still alive.
Who's Starlene? Is it a real person?
Yeah.
Seriously?
In my childhood, yes. And it's funny that you said I've never heard that name before because I never heard it before after her.
It's funny that you said that because just like 2-3 days ago, when I was in 3rd to 4th grade, there was a kid that lived right the next building over from me. And the way I met him was we got into a fight in school.
Okay.
So he had like a red mark on his face, you know, which is little kids are like, eh. So his mom came to the school to make a complaint, and then I got in trouble. So my grandmother came and they met. And there was a point where my grandmother and her are standing in front of the park talking, and I went into the playground and playing. And then she just invited me over one day so we can hang out with the son, and we became like best friends.
That's fucking
And I used to just walk from my house. Bro, I was in 3rd or 4th grade. My grandmother used to let me walk by myself.
What?
How old are you in 3rd grade?
7?
She would let me leave and go by myself and come back by myself.
I feel like I did. I feel
Right?
like
I would
feel like,
never let my kids do that.
hell no.
Right?
Not now.
So, and
I'm telling you, we were raised with thick
we're different,
skin.
yeah.
Like,
now, when I was in 4th grade, he moved. His family moved. They bought a house in New Jersey, in Queens. His father drove a bus for the NTA. And I remember I used to go to his house, and his mom would wear the weird outfit that they used to do exercises so they could sweat a lot.
the spandex?
No, that's spandex.
No.
It was like a bag.
Oh my God.
Remember?
Yes.
Remember, this is like in the 80s or 90s, whatever. So, anyway, they moved when I was like in 4th grade. I never spoke to him again. And just the other day, I was thinking, I was like, what the hell is he doing? Now that I'm 40,
See what happens?
what is he doing on his
See
life?
what happens? So I went through that.
Does he have kids? What is he?
I went through the same thing when I hit 40. I'm crying like a bitch, going through some midlife crisis, and I run into the niggas that my first group of friends, and I ran into all these niggas. The first thing this nigga Adrian says, he's like, "Yo, Olaf, come to Florida, nigga. I got you, son. I got a job for you. I got everything. You come in. I got you, nigga." I'm like, "No, nigga. I just want to see if you're alive. What the fuck happened to your life?"
So last Sunday, in Staten Island Church, I went there. And there's a guy. I don't know how to explain it. He's a little off, and he talks so much. Anyway, I talk to him because I don't care if he's crazy or not. You know what I'm saying? We talk about the Bible. We talk about the Bible. You know, whatever. But I'm like the tamer of him. So if they need help, they're like, "Yo, can you help us with this?" And I
this
go,
nigga
yeah.
down.
So he was
I'm
talking.
the tamer.
He was talking to the some visiting pastor, and the visiting pastor had to leave. So like, "Yo, can you intervene and help?" So I would go in there, talk to the guy, interrupt so he could leave. And then as I'm walking out, somebody stopped me, and I was like, "Oh my God, it's somebody I knew when I was a little kid." He's a little bit older than me. He used to hang out on the block. In fact, he calls me Nolito because when I was a kid, they called me Nolito. So I was like, "Oh my God." So he hasn't seen me since I was a little kid, you know? So it's just so weird. I was like, "Oh my God, this is so random." Because to me, you look the same. Because you were already older when I was a kid. But to him, I was a little kid and now I'm a freaking adult. Yeah.
Yeah.
So weird, you know what I'm saying?
So before I found Adrian, I found his mom, and I couldn't even recognize this bitch. And I was like, "Hey," I was like, "I don't know if you know this person, but you know, I used to be his friend." Da, 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 da. She totally ignored me, but you know, she's older. She's like Facebook, in love with Facebook, whatever. And
Old people, bro.
Old people.
That was their first taste of social media, Facebook.
And that's their MySpace.
That's their
forever.
MySpace, yeah.
So then I run into Adrian's younger brother, and we used to pick on this nigga. And I'm like, "Yo, I can't believe that's fucking Ralphie, son, with a wife and a kid." and I hit him up to try to get to my boy, my friend, my
He was
ex-friend.
like, "Why are we talking? I hate you."
He literally sounds like that too. But I hit him up. I was like, "Yo, bro, I don't know if you remember me, man, but I'm just trying to get in contact with your older brother, see if he's good. I hope he is. If you could pass along the information." This nigga literally goes, "Your face is mad familiar." Going to your point, like, you know, to him, I'm older.
Yeah.
So I still look the same to him. Where to me, I'm looking at him like, nigga, this nigga's still a baby. Like, he's still like, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think that happens to all of us, that we go into this like
I wonder
reevaluate.
what happened to everybody.
What happened to everyone? Whatever happened to this person? If I could go back, I would go back to the first girl that I, you know.
Yeah. It's funny. I never thought about her. It was such a odd experience.
Yeah.
Now you got me thinking. What the hell was her name? I remember I had one girlfriend when I was younger than third grade. That we were in the hallway. Now as an adult, I think back, I'm like, she had problems, because there was a point where she had to use the bathroom and I had to use the bathroom with boyfriend and girlfriend, but I didn't think to meet up with her or anything like that. We just ran into each other in the hallway.
Ooh.
And she was like, "Come over here to the staircase." Went to the staircase and she showed me her chocha. And she was like, "Look." And I was like, "Oh." And that was it. We went right to the class. A little chochita. She was like, "Look." She pulled her pants down, lifted up her shirt. She's like, "Look." And I was like,
the back staircase got a lot of fucking action.
Yeah.
The back staircase.
But that was it. She showed it to me. I was like, and then we went to the classroom. And we didn't even talk about it. Nothing like that. That was it. It was just, here you go, have this memory. Goodbye.
My memories of you having the memory of
it. But it's funny, as an adult, I'm like, we were too young for that. Something must be going on in her life that she thought that was okay. Right? Now I'm thinking as an adult, like, ay bendito, pobrecita nena.
Nah, nigga, it was just, you know, this is it. Like, you know.
Now I'm like, what happened to her? I hope she's okay.
I hope she's not still showing her chocheta.
And at this age, her last name must have changed. Right?
Well, I mean,
I hope so. Like,
if she's showing it around like that,
yeah.
I think this is a perfect way to end it. If we had rights to music, I would be playing "If I Could Turn Back Time."
We're gonna get copyrighted for that. That was really good.
I will say this: we were one of the last generations, in my opinion, that were raised like the mama bird kicking you out of the nest. Figure it out.
And it's funny because like I did that to my son, because I thought I'm not gonna keep him here because I've seen so many of niggas staying with their moms too old.
Now society's like, no, you gotta
keep him.
He's 38. He's not ready.
So when I tell
what the fuck?
When I tell people, even people my age, and I'm like, oh yeah, my son's gone. I had to figure out a way to get
They're
him
shocked.
out. And I didn't keep his room just in case. He's gone. He's not coming
another
back.
Another nigga's living there.
Yeah, there's another nigga there now. Yeah. He's gone. Like, you're not coming back here, bro. You're done. So some niggas are like, wow, this guy's wilding, bro. And I'm like, bro, you gotta do it. You gotta do it.
You're looking at them like they're wilding.
Yeah. Maybe because I have a lot of variety of children. So I can see some kids, you gotta give them some more time. But eventually you gotta be like, yo, you gotta go, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Isaiah was like, you gotta go right away. You know, I gave him time. I gave him a good 2 years.
What about the next one?
I'll probably give him some more time. I think he needs more time.
I think that nigga's out. I think he's kicking him. I think he's doing one of those. Like, I'm out of this one.
If he wants,
hell yeah, you
will. Yeah, of course, yeah.
I mean, you're always gonna be there for your kids. That's never.
But then once he's gone, there's gonna be a long gap. Before the next ones leave.
You know, I actually thought about maybe finding a 35-year-old and doing it again.
Doing what? Having another kid?
Yes.
You're too old for that.
Am I?
Yeah. You want to wake up at 2 a.m. for an hour and then go back to sleep and go to work?
That wasn't the model. The model was, I'm not old. I'm not too old. A guy?
Well, you trying to find another guy? Is that what you're saying?
No, bitch. There was a funny meme about that though. No, think about it. I could go.
I don't want it. I don't want to do it again.
Nigga, because I
just did it.
Because
I'm still kind of doing it. Every once in a while, I gotta wake up like, oh crap! I thought I was done already with this.
But technically, I could.
I wake up at 3 to go to work, so like around 4 I leave. If I'm ready to go, I just leave whenever. But my limit is 4. That's like the latest I can leave. But every once in a while, my kids wake up. I gotta use the bathroom. Like, come on, go to sleep. What are you waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning for? And I gotta wait, use the bathroom. Because it's scary. I gotta be there. I gotta protect them from the monsters. Come on. The lights are on. Just chill. Just put the lights on. You're good. There's no monsters. Those are all fake. And it doesn't matter no matter how many times you tell them it's fake and show them it's fake.
Show them. So you've had the 1-to-1.
They've seen scary things on TV. And on YouTube, I find how it's made. And
To show them.
And I show them, look, they make it. It's all fake. So like trying to like,
Nope.
There's a monster. I seen it.
I could technically.
I don't know how that monster convinced you that it's fake. The monster did this entire production to you so you could see it, so you could make believe it's fake, but the monster's real.
So I could still technically start over.
Yeah, you're crazy. I'm younger than you, and I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
It sounds crazy.
I will tell you this: if I hit the lotto, I'm having mad kids.
If I hit the lotto,
I'm not even knowing half of these niggas.
Yeah, no problem. If I hit the lotto, oh my god,
Done.
That's like, you ever thought about, what if I was king of some random country? I'll be a tyrant. I'd be the worst person ever, bro. I'd be horrible.
At least 3 or 4. I have like a whole shift, or maybe 8 of them that just fan me.
Oh, so bad. I can never be. And I'm like,
This
God.
is why we don't hit the lotto.
This is why we hit the lotto. God's like, you can't.
He knows.
You can't handle it.
He knows.
You can't handle it.
Yeah, he knows. He knows exactly. This was exactly that.
Yeah.
Remember, this was a genuine. We're fucking old.
This is the old man conversation.
This is the beginning of that conversation.
Yeah.
All right.
We're too old for this.
The basement. Yeah, I feel like I gotta take a nap now. Look at the bags in my eyes, and I only have 1 kid. Yeah, that's it. Check us out, The Basement.
Yo, what up, everybody? If you like what you saw, please click on some of the video links on the side. And please support our channel by liking, subscribing, and leave a little comment. And maybe we'll respond back to you. And hopefully, you'll be a guest on our next episode.
Turn to God to disaffect. That's what to Trump. Now let's inspect to interject on what the youngest spitting. I'm spitting for where the sacred texts are given.